The inventory is coming. We're going to share some inventory data with you next year about what's going on across the country and how it affects our local market. So if you like what you hear, you get some value out of this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. And if you want to talk about how this might affect your plans as you move forward in the marketplace, whether you're a seller or a buyer, you can do that with the link in the comments to talk to our killer team. So we've got this chart here from the Resi Club that Nick's going to put up on the video here, and it shows inventory growth from June of last year to June of this year. So it's very, very clear what's happening, and you'll see some states have seen incredible inventory growth. Others, not so much. In Pennsylvania, we've seen 13%, Jersey 14%, Delaware's a little higher, and you're going to be able to see that throughout the entire country. What we know about the Northeast is that we see the real estate trends typically last because people have lived here the longest. People are entrenched in the communities. There are much more stable markets in the Northeast than the Sun Belt or out West. So this is not a surprise. Places like Florida, they've seen 71% increase in inventory. Texas has seen a 42% increase in inventory. And what that means is, you got Arizona, 54%, Washington, 50%, the Carolinas, 46 and 47%. So what's clear is the inventory is going to come. It's just not here yet. Now, remember, during the pandemic, these markets also spiked a lot higher than what in the Northeast and in the greater Philadelphia area. So we don't have the same highs and we don't have the same lows, which is good news. So what does this mean for people thinking about buying or selling? If I'm a buyer, I'm watching this very closely because if inventory grows and there's more opportunities, you don't want to be the last one to the party. You want to be the one that realizes ahead of the time that, hey, this home's been on the market 10, 15 days. There's no offers yet. Inventory's growing. Maybe we can make an offer. And you do that before they make an adjustment to the price, they being the seller. So that's a strategy that's winning all day long right now for our team and our buyer clients that we're working with. 10 days on the market, that's the flag, and you may have the ability to negotiate. If I'm a seller, what I'm looking at is there's going to be more competition coming for sure. What's going on locally? What's going on in my school district, my township, my neighborhood? And am I still one of the few or one of the only options on the market? And if you've got a place lined up where you want to go to, or your goal is just to cash out high, or you're just afraid you're not going to get the same price in the same terms, and you want to do this before the market turns, or maybe you don't know where you want to go and you want to just go into temporary housing, I'd be taking advantage of market conditions now because we're still seeing multiple offers in competitive situations when homes are priced properly. And remember, there's going to be 3 pricing strategies for a seller. The aspirational price it high strategy, that's where the 10 days on the market indicator comes in. The price it right where you think it's going to sell for strategy. And lastly, the price it under to induce a bidding war strategy. And that's something you want to discuss with a local agent. There's a lot of different strategies that are out there. The point of this is the market's changing. The headwinds are there. We're seeing the indicators when it comes to inventory. We talked last week about how CPI data came in very favorable. Rate cuts are back on the table for the Fed. So all of this means we're going to see the market start to go the other way. It's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. And this is where it's really critical to make sure you understand what's going on in the market and your agent is educating you about those trends so you can get ahead of them rather than be the last one to the party.